Mastro, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is being taped during the World Cup time in 2022. Looking at the chart for Lionel Messi, who is said to be the king of soccer. If you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you see the constellation associated with Capricorn rising at 11 degrees. So first we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, and then we'll look at when they're operating and what we could do to strengthen the chart. So first, looking at Sun, any planet that's in these that rules the 6th, 8th, or the 12th house is said to be functional malefic, which means if it gets through conjunction or aspect close to the rising sign degree, it may afflict another planet or house. Now, it is close to the rising sign degree, so it does afflict the house that it rules and the house 7 houses away. So it can cause some ups and downs, some challenges in his career, some accidents. As you'll see, he's had quite a number of accidents, which is probably par for the course for being a soccer player. And then it can affect your wealth and your family and your fame. So the sun is poorly placed in the 6th house, and it is ruling that house, the 8th house, which gives him the ability to research competitive winning plays in the sport that he's in, but it can also bring lots of accidents, which you'll see. Then we have the moon is at 25 degrees. It is conjunct Venus, and so moon is a fairly good planet for him. It gives him the ability to work in partnership with his other teammates and overcome his opponents through competition. It is sitting in the house of sports and competition. Then the Mars is in old age, so it's a little bit weak. Mars is the planet of sports. It brings happiness through competitive sports for him. Then we have weak placement of Mercury in the 6th house, which is a challenging house, and it is ruling the house of good fortune. So it brings good fortune through competition. 6th house is overcoming enemies, your competition. And then we have functional malefic infant state Jupiter, only at 1 degree. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees or more than 25 degrees is said to be either in old age or infant state. And so it being so weak, it has to do with surgeries and losses, and also the 12th house can be associated with immune system and hormones. And so he definitely had many surgeries, definitely some surgeries on his from his accidents, had kidney stone surgery. And then this he was born or diagnosed at a young age of a hormone deficiency. So this hormone deficiency was studied his growth and needed to have treatments to remedy this. Venus is at 23 degrees, gives him career. It's ruling the house of career, placed in the house of sports. Gives him career through sports. He did the 10th house is the career house, but also has to do with knees and kidneys. Venus has to do with kidneys. So he had issues with those. And then we have Saturn is at 23 degrees. ruling the house of wealth and fame, and so gives him wealth and fame through discipline of practicing his sport and being very determined. Then we have functional malefic Rahu and Ketu, the planetary nodes of the moon. Now, remember, this is using sidereal zodiac, which is the true placement of the planets, not Western zodiac. So here, Rahu is sitting in the house of success. So it has huge desire for success. Now, it is fairly close to the most effective point, so it can bring ups and downs to success. And then K2 is also in the ninth house, which gives him spiritual beliefs. Now, let's just look at the timing of events. So in 98, I think he was diagnosed with the growth hormone deficiency, which stunted his growth. This is during a Jupiter period. Jupiter here has to do with losses and immune system hormone deficiency. And also, then we have in 2008, he got his first gold medal. That's during a Saturn period, Saturn and Rahu. So Rahu bringing success, Saturn giving fame. Then we have in 2015, he had a son during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is a signifier for children, and Saturn would be a male child. Then we have in 2016, he had kidney surgery during a Jupiter period, Jupiter ruling the house of surgery. And then in 2019, he had foot injuries. Also during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is 12th house has to do with your feet. And then we have in 2021, he had issues with his knees. And that's during a Venus period. Venus, 10th house has to do with knees. Got the coronavirus in the beginning of 2022 during a Jupiter period. Again, 12th house having to do with the immune system, weakened immune. And then he had more recently had some issues with his calves. Calves had to do the skeletal structure, and the Saturn has to do with skeletal structure. So what could we do to strengthen the chart? So he can be helping those who cannot help themselves for Rahu and Ketu and Sun and Jupiter. And he's already doing that through various charities that he's involved in. And then he could strengthen the weak planets in his chart, Mars, Mercury, and as well as, I think those are the main ones. And those can be strengthened with my favorite remedy, which is a kavash, a silver locket containing the Devata mantras for Mercury and Mars. And then, yeah. So if you're interested in getting a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com. We also have classes if you want to learn transformational Vedic astrology. As you can see, it's quite accurate, and also you can read about the kavash there to strengthen the weak planets in your chart. Thank you so much for listening.